This might be one of the hardest album covers in rap, and since no one on the internet has found where this photo's taken, naturally, I had to do it.
Taking my polar now, effing in and out.
Now this photo on its own is not findable, but a key thing at OSINT is getting context. There's a trailer from the same shoot. It's 44 seconds, but everything we need is in the first 9 seconds. Actually, this one frame is enough to get us a location. So these 3 stripes on the pole is actually something pretty much exclusive to California. With this terrain and the fact that it's a music video, it's most likely in LA. Now, if you didn't know this pole, the other way to get to LA would be to look in the description here. This gives the credits for the people who worked on the video, and just looking a few of these people up, they all work in LA. But now for the fun part, so within or around LA, where is this? So back to the point on context, this shot and a couple of the others in the teaser, there's nothing remarkable about them. They're just driving on roads, meaning there's no subject or landmark that would warrant driving a long way from the photo shoot to wherever they're shooting this. That made me pretty confident that if I found this scene, the actual location wouldn't be too far off. So now this photo by itself is actually findable, and I'll walk through how. So we have a 2-lane road on some pretty rural, dry, flat area with a mountain range in the background. Now the shadow of this car gives away a lot more than you think it would. So it's pointing this way, and it's at a pretty shallow angle. So that would tell me this is either sunset or sunrise. Now, given the fact that the video gets darker as it goes on, and the fact that rappers just don't get up early, this is most likely sunset. That means the sun is coming in from the west here, and we are looking north. So I'll flip to a map of LA here. All of this area down here is way too urban to be it. We're likely in this area up here. Now flipping back to here, this mountain range, we should actually be looking north at. That means this range is not what's in the view. We're actually looking for some flat area here with some mountains north of it. There are only a few of these actually. This one here won't work, it's just way too rural. This one's really just a singular peak here, but the next one over actually could work. Now most of these are just dirt or sand roads, but this one here is paved, so I'll hop it on Google Street View and check it out. Now if I look north, the mountain range is actually a pretty good match. The road also curves down ever so slightly before kind of bottoming out here. We see that same thing up ahead here, so I'll just walk forward a bit more. And I'm looking for where we have the telephone pole on the left hand side as well, which I see right here. So if I zoom in, this should be the exact shot. So we haven't found the album cover yet, but we found a location from the same shoot. So the album cover location shouldn't be far from this. Now in this album cover picture, it is completely flat and there's no vegetation around them. So like looking at the side of the road where we just were, there you can see a bunch of like vegetation sprinkled around here. So that couldn't be the area. Plus they look much closer to the mountains here. So what makes the most sense is this kind of flat area like a little bit north. Coming in on Google Street View, we see that this is entirely flat. There's no vegetation at all. So let's compare the mountain range. So in this photo, the ridge kind of goes progressively down as you get more to the right. And then there's this kind of small spike at the end here. So coming back to Street View, we were looking for something kind of tapering off down to the right and then spiking up. Here, so you can see them side by side here. At this point, I was pretty confident this was the mountain range, but the angles just didn't match up perfectly. So I wanted proof, not confidence. And this is where Google Street View gets crazy. Because in this pretty rural town, way off the road, in the middle of this flat salt basin, there's a single user-uploaded 360 photo. And this wasn't taken for music. This wasn't taken for mapping. This was taken by our boy Alvin to show off his sick model airplane. And it just so happens that this is the exact spot that Future and Metro Boomin were standing for the We Don't Trust You album cover.
Taking my polar now, effing in and out.
So that's about it. This wasn't a super technical find, but it was a ton of fun. I hope you at least learned something or just enjoy the video. If there are any other iconic photos that you think are impossible to find, drop them in the comments and I'll try my best. But that's about it. So, see ya.